appears to be a road rage incident at the 4900 block of the Beltway, where two vehicles were traveling. One vehicle discharged a firearm multiple times into the vehicle that we see here at the scene, striking the passenger of that vehicle. Unfortunately, that passenger is deceased here at the scene. The driver of the vehicle that was shot at by the other suspected driver traveled here to the 13900 block of Hollister and came to rest here when he approached one of our deputies and explained the situation to them. Brings us to the location here. Our suspect appears to be a black male in his 30s or mid-30s who was driving a dark-colored, gray in color crossover or what appears to be an SUV. That's the only information that we have at this time. And I'm really willing to take any questions that y'all may have.
Where on the Beltway did the shooting start?
Right about the 4900 block of the Beltway.
And did the driver explain what happened, what led up to the road rage incident?
Right now, the investigation is very preliminary. It's in its infancy stage. All we know at this time is there seemed to have been an altercation on the roadway. All indications are that it was a road rage incident that turned out to be obviously violent, where a handgun was produced, and the suspect did discharge it into the vehicle that we see here, striking it 3 times in the rear passenger door, 1 time in the passenger window, which is probably the bullet that struck our passenger that you see here, struck him somewhere up in the torso area. And unfortunately, like I said, he is deceased here at the same time.
Do you have an age range on the victim?
I don't have that at this time.
Do they say what they were doing? Because they're clearly not from here.
Right. From what I understand, at this time they were going to a job interview.
Do you believe this is a random road rage, like some sort of fear that we all have, which is you could be driving down the street and shoot you, or is there more to it that you guys are looking at?
No, at this time it does appear it was just a random road rage incident. All indications right now direct us towards believing that it was just a random incident. We don't have anything else on that right now, but that is what we're looking at right now.
Did they have a weapon? They shoot back?
No, not that we know of at this time. And just to be clear, we can't confirm that they were actually shooting at each other right now. We do know for a fact, obviously, that the vehicle that came to rest here at the 13900 block of Hollister was shot several times, obviously killing the passenger in the vehicle.
So since this happened on the tollway, do you believe that maybe the traffic cameras caught it, maybe plates, or are you guys going to have to shut down the tollway?
Actually, we've got investigators en route there now. They're probably there as we speak. We probably will have great camera footage on that because the cameras there obviously are operational and give us very good information. So we do feel pretty confident that we will get at least a very good plate and a better description of the vehicle and the driver as well.
What's the description now?
Well, the description on the driver is a black male in his mid-30s or so, driving a dark-colored gray crossover SUV.
Are they young men, or are they about the same age?
They appear to be, yes. I'm hesitant to give you an age right now. Just really, it's hard to tell. Like I said, it's very preliminary right now, but they are young. Yes.
Could you just address road rage shootings in general? It seems like they're happening more frequently.
They are. It's a shame, and I think that we could do better than that here in Houston. Unfortunately, it seems to be a national trend. It's not just here in Houston, Harris County area. It's everywhere. But what I would like to say is, it can happen to any one of us or any one of our family members, unfortunately, right? So, I mean, we just have to be, we can't afford to be aggressive drivers. You just can't even honk at anybody anymore. But in saying that, in the same breath, I will say we have to work hard as a community to be able to bring closure to these incidents when they happen, right? Which is, let's work at being a good witness, right? Without putting ourselves in harm's way. If we can get a plate number or partial plate number or a photo to aid in the investigation, then that's what we need to do, because we need to step up as Houstonians one day. Unfortunately, hopefully it's not not one of our family members, where we may need a good witness to come forward and say, hey, listen, I snapped a picture of that license plate and here it is. So I think that working together as a community, we can work and bring closure to some of these incidents.
And realistically, like, there's no, I mean, anybody can have a gun in a car. There's nothing legally prevent anybody from having a gun. Just having one in your car is perfectly legal. So sometimes it's really close to you when you're mad at someone, you know?
Well, it is. I mean, just to be clear, I mean, if you're a felon, you cannot possess a weapon. But obviously, since the law has changed, if you can legally buy a weapon, you can legally carry a weapon. So yes, it changes the demographics of the way things happen, of the way things are viewed. And you're right. If somebody agitates you on the roadway and you have a weapon near you, like you said, I would imagine that with some people it may be easier to pick it up and discharge that weapon. So does it add to the problem? Absolutely. It does.
And then, are they starting the argument?
You know, right now, that portion is not clear. Like I said, it's an infancy stage of our investigation at this time. It just happened. We're trying to find out some definites in this puzzle, but so we don't have an answer to that right now.
What was the closest, like, toll road?
4900 block is closer like to 45 in the Beverly.
That's a lot.
Right. They traveled a good ways. You know, right now, question that I have, and of course we can't answer it right now, but where was he going? Maybe he was going to a hospital. I don't know. But fortunately, he ran into one of our units out here and stopped and told him what was going on, and so we addressed the issue and initiated the investigation. But at this point, we don't know where exactly they were headed.
Because he didn't pull off the person fatal blast.
It doesn't appear. No, not quite. Of course, like I said, once we continue with the investigation and obtain video, which we're confident that on the tollway we can do that. We can answer a lot of these questions, a lot of these unknowns, right? Who was shooting? Were they both shooting? Basically, kind of why it happened, how it happened. So all those questions will be addressed once we obtain the video. Any other questions? Sí. Bueno, hoy como a las 10:50 o 10 para las 11 ocurrió un incidente en el 4900 bloque del Beltway 8, donde habían dos vehículos que lo que aparece a este tiempo fue que fue un incidente de ira al volante y uno de los vehículos, el chofer del vehículo produjo una pistola y la descargó en el carro que está aquí en esta escena. Le pegó al pasajero del vehículo, matándolo aquí, y afortunadamente está aquí muerto el pasajero del vehículo. Ahora lo que tenemos, lo que sabemos del sospechoso es un hombre African American, como unos 35 años, manejando un carro más oscuro, gris, como un crossover. Pero a este tiempo la investigación está muy infantil, entonces estamos bregando a obtener más detalles que nos van a dar las preguntas para las answers que necesitamos a este punto en la investigación. Okay. Good. Bueno, gracias. Thank you. Appreciate it.
49, that's the one? So they got shot with?
Yeah, that's where the original